Hello everyone, Airbus Cockpit Coach here, and welcome to another live stream. Thanks for joining me on this Wednesday afternoon, wherever you may be. I was just having a play with the aircraft, looking at some settings, and I thought, hey, I need to test this out a little bit. So I thought, hey, why not? We'll do some circuits, and if we crash, we'll crash live on stream and make a bit more drama. Live a life on the edge. And yeah, we haven't done a live stream for a while, so I thought, yeah, why not? This is absolutely a great way to, not only in the real world, but also in your simulator, to get familiar with the aircraft and get back to basics and get used to handling the aircraft. So I thought we'd fly some visual circuits. We're here in Châteauroux in central France. Airport code here is Lima Fox Lima X-ray, and it's as you can see, it's a very boring looking scenery here. Not much to see. It's standard scenery, but the reason I am here is because it's where I have done circuits myself in this very aircraft type, the Airbus A320, and it is commonly used by a lot of major airlines for its 10,000 meter runway, reasonably quiet, so it's sort of ideal for base training and so forth. So yeah, it's not a bad location to do a few circuits. We have got a cloud base here today, 3,400 feet, so the circuit we're flying will be 2,000, so that fits. We've got an 8 knot wind at the moment. That's increasing as time goes on, but I need to around 10 knots, so but little bit of something. You can see the windsock blowing away there, mostly down the runway, slightly off, so something. So we're on the real world weather as well for this as well. Hello chat, Thoddy, a lot of tutorials. Do you plan to do one about RMP, RNAV approaches? Absolutely, we'll get it all covered. Loads to do in terms of the tutorials, so I'll just keep throwing them out, but we'll get there, and I'll get that one on the list for you. Reactionary hi to you, report and final. Good afternoon, I hope you're all well. I have got the aircraft pretty much set up, so we are good to go. Climbing out of runway 21, we have a intersection departure. So let me bring this up. Where are we? Lima Fox, Lima X-ray. Throw that one in. I'll show you the. I can show you the airport and where we are today. So. 11,000 meter runway, sorry, 10,000. I knew it was a long one. I have planned for the intersection departure just to get out straight away, but we're doing circuits coming in on 2-1. So flying the pattern round, I say 2,500 foot above mean sea level. So we'll have 2,000. That keeps us at 1,500 feet. Bar row altitude for the circuits, 2,000 feet from the bar row. But yeah, we'll do a few circuits, see how we get on. I've got 8 tons of fuel loaded, so it's plenty. I've done a weight, just to get a bit of weight on the aircraft, and also loaded 10 people. You'd quite commonly have 10 people in base training, something around that number. You'd have perhaps 6 students, and yep, a few instructors and so forth. So with you, so mimicking the kind of weight we use, but we'd usually throw in a bit of extra fuel just to get the aircraft, to get a bit of weight on the aircraft for this. Yeah, Lima Fox, Lima X-ray is a French airport, so Châteauroux in central France. We're doing left-hand circuits today, BD47. Yeah, we'll do circuits to the left. So we're pretty much good to go. I've got GSX here. Like I might just smash them out of the way because I could just pull off the left of stand here on engine power. So I may just get the start going. We're on APU already. So yeah, pretty much good to go. We can run our before start checklists. So parking brake is set. Takeoff data is confirmed. Windows, for their little red rings there, they're popped up. Ensure they're locked up. They are closed. And doors are closed and armed. Beacon is on. So we'll Start masters on already on my tech, but yep, we'll get that started up now. Start the chrono on that as well. 2,000 in. Oh, that wasn't good. That's not a good start, is it? From there. That'll be the GSX dropping me, won't it? Because it lifted me. Let me just have a look outside. Good. Yeah, they're cleared off. Long as our nose wheel pins sorted, we're good to go. That's always a bad day when GSX runs away, leaving the pin in. So engine 1 is avail, starting engine 2, and 2 rise. Fuel is going in, and we've got ignition, EGT rise. Looking good. Avoiding GSX as well has been giving me IDG failures on pushback. I don't know why there's a name problem there, but okay. Engine mode selector norm. I don't need the APU anymore. Armed. I'll put terrain on now. Perhaps 1. Let me crank the TARA on as well. Single crewed, get as much done as possible. And we can do our flight control checks. We want it. A11 checks, so full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up, neutral, and rudder, full right. All left, and neutral. And after start checklist, anti-ice is not required. ECAM status is checked, and AFLEX there. Pitch trim is set, and the rudder trim is indeed neutral. We can do the taxi checklist now. We've done the flight controls, that's checked. Flap setting is config 1. So we are climb nav blue 1FD2, 117 blue, 129 magenta, stop climb 2000. Radar and prediction wind shears on, ECAM memo. Just need to wait for that. Take off memo, so we'll do that on the spin. So we're going to get going from stand. We'll just take the brake off, and we'll take the left engine up. Sorry. Get the clear right side, clear left side, ToBi tracker on. So I've got the ToBi tracker and the mini FCU. Not a bad tool, both of these actually, for the visual circuits. Although the auto brake max on, and take off. Take off ECAM MNO blue. Taxi checklist is complete. Having a bit of fun, but yeah, just concentrating on the core principles of the circuit today. Having a bit of a play for a change. Always a fun one to do. I say I recommend it. There's a number of airports that we chose to do this. Shannon, Newquay, Prestwick, sort of around the UK area. There's a couple of it in Italy that EasyJet use. BA also use Chateauroux where we are today. So it's, a few airlines will use this one. Essentially, where you want is what you want is decent facilities at the aerodrome, nice long runway, and not too much traffic. So if you can find something that fits that box. Look at the prevailing winds as well. Some airports are just known to have constant crosswinds and perhaps a little bit too fierce for rate check as well. So pressure 0, a bit too fierce for base training. This would often be where someone completing their type rating in an airliner would get their hands on the aircraft for the first time. So memorable day for some, and one I'll remember for a long time, or forever. Lorenzo, you often see jet aircrafts rating their Malpensa. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Turin as well. Okay. Yeah, Portugal as well was used for some airlines. I would have thought that's a little bit busy, but yeah, that's one that's on the list for some. So on the visual circuit, a lot happens, particularly after takeoff. It's a case of getting the speed under control. You want to get the aircraft into track FPA mode, so you're flying the bird, get the flight directors off. The speed will start running away, obviously, the aircraft's accelerating. We want to get just above sort of, you want to leave flaps 1 out really for this. So we get just above flap speed. We need to activate the approach phase and to get the aircraft settled down. So it'll be rocketing away after takeoff. So no traffic today. We're not online. Not trying beyond ATC on circuits either. I've had enough arguments with that for a little while. Been told off a few times by beyond ATC. But yep, clear left side and clear right side. We'll line up. I've calculated an intersection departure initially. RH Milky Boy, thanks for the sub. Good to have you on board. Alright, we'll hold it there. Quick look at the brake temps. Excellent. So yeah, as I said, a lot happens quite quickly. There's a few things to press, and I probably won't be able to I'll try and talk you through it best as I can, but I'm going to be pretty eyes on in terms of just getting things under control initially. In terms of speed, especially being single crewed. This is one of those where, you know, it's in the sim, as I'm sure many of you are having a play about. It's a little bit, workload's a little bit higher, and I do find flying in the sim is harder than the real world. There's more to do. I don't have a first officer or a pilot not flying who can assist and set up my FCU and hit the approach per page and so forth. So all those little things make the difference when you're you know, in the real world with 2 crew. But Flight Sim 2024 is coming, and apparently allowing a better modelling of shared cockpit. So we'll see how that goes. Perhaps we can do some shared cockpit flying, and we can do an Airbus type rating or something, couldn't we? Be good to do. So we're gonna climb up. We'll do a flex takeoff. We're gonna climb up. We'll probably pull speed just to get it under control initially, just around about. Well, let's have a look actually. So clean 174. So let's pull about 17. We'll pull 175, and then we'll get into managed speed and allow the aircraft to activate the approach phase. Then the speed should maintain obviously S speed. We'll begin a turn to the left. We'll get track FPA on, we'll get the flight directors off, and we'll fly downwind 2,000 feet. And once we reach from a beam the runway threshold, almost where we are now, we'll start a timer, a 45-second timer. Once we get to 45 seconds from the threshold, we'll flaps 2 and we'll turn in. We'll get the gear down, flaps 3, and then we'll come in, just displaying it visually. So we'll see how it goes. So the cloud base, it's 3,400 feet apparently, so cloud shouldn't be an issue. Just have to see how we go, and keep an eye on things like our fuel and running the checks. I probably won't be so hot on after takeoff checks and things being a single crew, but we'll see how it goes. We should be fine, hopefully, and See how many circuits we have time for. Maybe about 6. 6 will be the norm actually for the base training. So that's the plan. So just having a quick scan around to make sure we're all good. It's not an ILS I've got programmed. It's just the visual threshold in the box there and the one-way tracks. So localizer is no good to us today. So it is all by eyes, really, judging altitude and so forth. And usually when you get going, you get a little bit better as you go around. Like with some hard landings, the long landings, and then you fine-tune them. Let's get going. So take off. Have we got our lights on? That's what we want on. Have those on already, shouldn't I? This is not doing my checks properly. Line-up checks I missed, didn't I? So we'll leave. Packs. We're going to go packs on. Fact. I calculated them off. Yep. Change the flex though. So okay. We're a bit dubious of the planning performance, especially as we've got an intersection here. So okay, take off. 50% engines, stay GT stable. Let's go. I'm flex 50, SOS runway, auto thrust blue. B1. Rotates. To the climb, gear up. Get it to 15 degrees. Okay, just gonna get above the S-speed and I'll pull the speed, hit the bird, flight directors off, and activate the approach phase, and we can go on to manage speed, leave a climb. Let's get above altitude there as well, so again, things can run away with you very quickly on climb out. Let's get the, there's not much terrain around here, let's just get that off for now. The town of Châteauroux down there, I believe. Oh great, got a bit of rain, that was the forecast. A little bit high, so maintaining S speed as we want. Keep the turn going. So we've got the bird, so obviously wings level to the horizon is when the turns, it's not good to show that now, but that's where obviously when climb or descend. On an approach generally we'll have the tail level with the horizon, that gives us a 3 degree gliding. So I am very much flying with the bird here on the primary flight display. So we've got the range rings here, about 2.5 miles. We're going to be about 2.5 miles from the runway. I'll enter the opposite reciprocal track now, which is 032 into the mini FCU. I will pick that up, and that will be our downwind. Wasn't expecting the rain there, but okay, that track's coming in. Now we'll level it out around about there, and we'll get the wings level on 2000. Do I prefer VATSIM or offline? To myself, I prefer VATSIM. I've been trying out Beyond ATC, which is constantly progressing. It's been pretty good on some occasions. I mean, there's no real advantage to being on VATSIM at the moment. It'd be pretty quiet down here in Ville de France at a small airport. So we're coming a beam. So we're looking to come. Oh, that's a nice shower there. Look. So there's the runway. I don't think you can quite see it, but it's about there. So once we come level with the end of the runway, we are. Right now we'll start the timer and we're looking for 45 seconds and we'll fly out. There is a wind correction of 3 seconds for every knot of headwind you've got do that, but so for landing, actions are no reverse. Do not reverse thrust on a touch and go. Once you engage thrust reverses, you cannot go around, so do not engage your reverse thrust when doing this exercise. We'll change the flaps to flaps 2 and we'll go toga on the power. 40 seconds coming up. So we're not adding any brakes, and we'll begin a descending left turn now. So we'll go flaps 2, speed checks flaps 2. Just watch the climb. As soon as you get that flaps 2 out, you'll see a climb there. The aircraft wants to fly away, so we'll just watch that. Not great. I think we've gone a bit. Weather's really gone against us. Not what I quite planned. We're going to go down. Maintain a visual reference. This is getting a bit exciting with the weather. But, thanks for the sub there. Hopefully they're just heavy showers, so we can duck and dive. But okay. Yeah, one way's in sight though. Actually, it's over to our left, so we're good on that. Flaps 3, speed checks flaps 3. Just keeping now, just trying to keep the tail of the nose there, just below the horizon. The turn coming in.
1000.
Jack. Flaps full, speed checks flaps full. Two whites, 2 reds on the Pappies, so that's about the profile we're in. So we've got the tail under the horizon there, should be just about right. Turn the brightness on that a little bit. That's my angle. Okay, landing checklists. Cabin secured for landing, go around altitude 2000 is set, eco memo, landing no blue. Not sure how accurate the Pappies are here. I'll find out, I guess. A little bit low by the Pappies, but back a little bit. Correct. 2 whites, 2 reds. Oh, we're just floating in and out of profile there.
100 above.
A bit of stick movement. We've got wind on the nose at the moment. Make us a little bit floaty.
Minimum.
Continue. A bit of side stick action today, actually.
100.
Oh.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Okay, touchdown. Flaps 2. You may get a master caution if you get the power on before the flaps are retracted, but we're going toga now. Mount toga, SOS go around track, auto thrust blue. Takes quite a while for the engines to spool, so note that. But we'll rocket away now. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. So we're on toga now, so we are going to really fly. That's 1. And we'll get that approach phase active. That speed back. Track. Flight directors off. And there you go, just those simple actions there. We bust through the altitude a little bit. So we're getting a left turn, we'll get the nose down. Rain's still moving in on us. So yeah, it's just that after takeoff bit there. Lots happens in that bit. And single crewed. No brakes after touchdown. Just roll and toga. So you start to get familiar with some of the visual surroundings. So I think there's a set of warehouses over here. I just noticed on the last turnout. Maybe a little bit. These are the ones here, so I was sort of overflowing those. So you start to build up some visual references as you go. Yeah, there's a altitude coming back in. Get the track back round. So for 032, just chucking it in the mini FCU. That is where the mini FCU helps. Coming in now, you can see it at the line there. You'll line that with your tail as well on the PFD. There or thereabouts. So we are downwind. Get that timer reset. Looking to come level with the runway again. The runway threshold for 2-1. It's oh god, look at this. I might have to adjust the weather at some point. Otherwise, in the real world, we'd be calling this a day. We lose our visual reference. But so much for coming to the down to the centre of France for some better weather. And just watching my angle there. I'm closing in on the base a little bit, so I'm just. Turning back out a little bit, just making adjustments for the wind and so forth as it moves us around. But again, the auto trimming, you usually just get it where you want. Take the pressure off on the side stick and oh, don't forget the timer. Right, so we lost a few seconds there. Bottom final, yes, I am a real pilot. I fly for a major European airline. Thanks for bottom final. Okay, coming up to that 45 seconds. We'll go flaps 2 now and begin that descending turn-in. So as soon as you hit flaps 2, you get a bit of nose down. As you saw last time, the nose will have a tendency to lift. Even 2000, that's fine. And 777, quite right, not the best conditions. They weren't forecast actually. This heavy rain, I've just had a look. Heavy rain was not forecast, and but yeah, you're quite right. But we'll carry on. Gear down. Live life on the edge. But quite right, we'd be thinking about wondering why we came all the way down to France from base to do this. Flaps 3, speed checks. Flaps 3. Speed. Didn't like that, it was dropping off. Alright. What happened there? Not like that. I am now in let me get back into have to reset the manual. So forward MCT, climb, auto thrust, back in. Thrust climb for some reason. It's right, speed's out the window. Disconnect. I've got manual with the speed as well. Flaps full. Speed checks, flaps full. I don't know why it's targeting the higher level there. Let's have a look. I'm aware of that. Taking the autopilot out, auto throttle out, sorry. So a little bit high, let's not get distracted by these, need to get the speed under control though. It seems to have taken out the approach phase, yeah. Get that back in, so target speed back in. Well, there's no harm in doing a full throttle manual and manual landing. Let's give it a go. So landing checklists, go around altitude 2000 sets, so we're high, bit of power off, and cabin secure for landing, eco member landing, no blue. We would have gone around in that situation. I noticed the Fenix does, in tight turns in the flaps out, struggles with the speed of getting into beyond lowest selectable speed quite often. It's a live stream there that caught me on as well. So we're doing a fairly good job of maintaining manual speed here. 2 whites, 2 reds. Continue.
Retard.
Okay, flaps 2. And toga. P1. And rotate. Climb, gear up. What's my files? Speed mode, that's what I want. Right. Get that left turn going. That nose in. Yeah, horrible weather. Doing to me. It has not visual circuit conditions at the moment. Engine mode select ignition for the heavy rain. We're in and out, so hopefully it will disappear. And 777, you did kids the other day, did you get caught out? Yeah. Right, there's our warehouses again. Follow that profile around. Eye on the climb. Me, still thinking whether to get the Fenix. I'd go for it. It's a good aircraft. It's the best out there. It's got a few quirks, but you know, it's also playing against the world of, you know, the how flight sims built as well. So let's get the track in. 32 and wind up there. And I get leveled up. I could look at my sensitivity on the side stick. I've been playing around with that a little bit. Okay, we'll try not to forget the timer this time. Are we doing on icing conditions? Not in icing conditions, but it's miserable. I'm a bit late there, come on. Fuel. Good. How's the approach path looking? Oh, jeez. Right. It's Can you fly it with a yoke, or do you need a side stick? Well, I mean, obviously, side stick is realistic. That's how we'd fly the Airbus in the real world, but yeah, it's... If a yoke's what you got, go with a yoke. Flaps 2. Speed checks flaps 2, and it's descending left turn. Down. Just get that ballooning effect under control. Speed issue was interesting. That's bug there or something, but keep an eye on that. Okay, it's only below 2000. That's fine. The altitude alert because we're leaving our inputted level there. Get down. There we go, look, it's the speed, so it's, our VLS is a bit low, so let's try 129, a bit above that. Flaps 3, speed checks flaps 3. So after touchdown, I'm selecting flaps 2 before toga. Not VLS speed, it was approach speed there. But once, if the flaps aren't fully back into flap 2 position when you apply toga, that's when you get the little master caution. It's not really a problem, it's just transitioning and letting you know that you're not in that set config yet.
1000.
Check. Straight into a heavy shower head on climb up. A little bit high on uppies there and profile, adjusting, just getting that tail of the bird just below the horizon. Landing checklist, go around altitude 2000 set, cabin secured, ecam, memo landing, no blue, and checklist complete. Got an extra 2 knots on the approach speed, just be wary of that for floating. See how that impacts, but
500.
That's right, yeah, a little bit high. Liking that.
100 above.
Yeah, the headwind 7 knots, just right of nose, more or less a headwind.
Minimum.
Continue. Great to do and just get used to handling the aircraft. You'll mess some up, but you'll have other good ones, and just get used to flying the visual approach. It's great.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Laps 2. And toga. And toga SOS, go around track, auto thrust blue. I changed from flaps 2 to 1 on climb out. V1. And rotate. Stiff climb, gear up. Into the soup. Activate the approach face straight away here. We can go flaps 1 and oh, yeah, that's the gear. Cross climb. And then we want the bird. Flight director's off. And we're guessing where we're going at the moment. The speed is a bit out of control at the moment, so we didn't bring it back quite soon enough. And in the climb in the left turn. Use some of that extra speed to get us up. That's it. On the other side, as our altitude, nose down. Speed is maintaining S, just watching that. So yeah, maintaining flaps 1 for the circuit. So as we climb out, getting above flaps 1's S speed, and then we're activating that approach phase pretty quick. Base training, as a new first officer in training, you would fly in the right hand seat, so the first officer seat. There's our warehouses. Bringing the track round to 032. A little bit closer in this time, so just judging by where I crossed the warehouses last time, just picking up those visual references and so forth. It's my altitude there as well. Out a little bit, I'll maintain setting for now. Level the wings to the horizon on the bird. Just ascending. Timer resets. Downwind. It's great as well doing this just to, you know, work out your sensitivities, your rudders. Obviously we've got real world weather, so we're dealing with a bit of real world wind. I am using a bit of rudder on touchdown, tracking the runway constantly as well, the centre line, so you're getting used to everything, side stick, even as we did circuits ago using the auto throttle, so manually, sorry, the throttle manual, getting used to everything and getting coordinated. I forgot the time again, I always forget the time. Yeah, okay, well, 10 seconds off maybe for that. Penalty. Chatting away, getting distracted. Be quite a long day base training, especially if you got, you know, a few people you're taking over. You got about 6 trainees on the aircraft, taking it in turns. It can be up there for quite a while. Bumped around, experiencing a few hard landings. Okay, I'll begin a descending left turn now. So we'll go flaps 2. V-checks flaps 2. Get nose down to counteract that ballooning effect, and off descending. Leaving 2000 altitude alerts. Gear down. Watching that speed drop there. That's if the auto thrust deals with it. Not the profile I want where it's sending on the way down into VLS. It's reacting. Okay. Flaps 3, speed checks, flaps 3.
1000.
Check. And flaps full, speed checks, flaps full. Landing checklist, go around altitude set. Cabin is secured, EK memo, land, well, no, I haven't got that yet, just wait for that to come in, or the runway, whoever's right across the runway. Next one could be interesting. .500 feet, cool for that, so a little bit low profile. There, that's level, not climb. That bird on the horizon, there we go, profile's coming in, uppies. I think in the real world we'll be calling this one a full stop landing. Two whites, two reds, so we want to pick that profile up, get that tail under the horizon on the bird. It's a 3-degree descent, so it'll give you about 700 to 800 feet per minute on that. Landing memo ECAM, no blue. Landing checklist complete. Wind on the nose. Below correcting profile. And it's good to do this in real world weather on. It just gives you used to dealing with a rudder and varying inputs.
100. 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Blimey, that is pretty awful. Flaps 2 and Toga. Mantoga, SRS go around track. Auto thrust blue. One rotates. So climb gear up. Flaps 1. Climb. Bird, flight director's off. And our altitude, get that left turn going. The nose down. Looks like snow. I wouldn't, well, a bit scary in the middle of France at this time of year, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's not great, whatever it is. Standing water on the runway there. What's going on with my thrust levers? Thrust levers asymmetrical. There we go. Speed mode back in. Alright, alright. The reason I'm not touching down on the initial markings, probably because I'm trying to follow the PAPI lights, and they may not be set up with the runway correctly. So usually to hit the touchdown markings, I'm finding I have to be 3 reds and 1 white on the PAPI light, so essentially below profile. But as long as you're inside the remaining light, remaining touchdown markings, you have a legal landing. It's one to play with, I suppose. One we would do, one to test and get used to within the flight sim. So it does. You find this. So if you're flying an ILS, you'll be coming down. You'll be on the dots will be in the right place in terms of glide slope and localizer, but the PAPI lights will be out. I normally fly from London Luton. Yeah, so yeah, and there's 777 there. Yeah, a little bit out. So if I follow those, I should probably be going a little bit low on profile, below profile essentially with the PAPIs to hit it. But London Luton's one that's definitely out. I'll get glide slope warnings if I follow start following the PAPIs. Right, let's get that timer going now. Okay, this one's going to be there's the end of the runway, I think. Illegal visual circuits today. If you want me to alter the weather, I can do. I can put it back to something a bit clearer. Okay, 45 seconds, flap 2, and nosing down, turning left, inbound base. Fourth and final, you know the airline I fly with? Not necessarily. There's a few there operating the Airbus series. You like this weather? As long as I can see the runway, I don't mind it. Okay, leaving 2000. Check we're above 2000, that's the problem. It's going down. Are we going to see the runway though? That's the question. Or are we having a go around? Yeah, it's looking pretty shocking actually. Okay. Okay, gear down. Watch this speed. Control speed makes me nervous here. I don't like to see that trend drop so far below us. That should really be. I've got some response on the engines, but it's a little bit late. Flaps free. Speed checks flaps free. That turn in. I did not study at CAE. I've done a modular route, so I've studied a few places actually. Yes, making it challenging today. Let's get that altitude under control. We've got a runway to look at. God, we haven't, have we? Hey, speed checks, flaps full. Excellent. I've got no... Oh, I just got some lights just coming in 12 o'clock. It's just there. Okay. No pappies yet though. Just to be clear, we wouldn't be doing this in the real world. I'll tell you that now.
1000.
Check. Got a feeling I'm high. Yeah, 4 whites I've got. Okay. Go around. Tiger.
500.
15. Go around flaps. Gear up. So watch our speed there. Speed up. Flaps up to flaps 1. Speed up, start. Back on, flight directors off. Yeah, staying in the circuit, report and final. For this one anyway. Yeah, we should wait for this tower to pass through. Reporting fine. You're a good pilot, I can tell. I probably wouldn't be a good pilot if I was doing this in the real world, but hey ho. This is the joy of Flight Simulator. What it allows you to do. Have a play. Right, there's my warehouses. So a little bit high on the. How many circuits is that now? I've lost count. Yeah, so report and final, that's the Q&A exchanged. We can have a look. No, it hasn't. Just press the magic bar F key or B. We're still on the same Q&H. Yeah, absolutely. Things you need to be considering, is especially spending a fair bit of time with. Obviously, be on ATC normally, they'd advise us of a Q&A exchange. So, okay, downwind 2000. Weatherwise, alright, it's right over the end of the runway, that shower. Another interesting one. There's the threshold. Just to clear off. Quite an approach. Not great, is it? Watching that track downwind. 14 knot tailwind, 13 knot tailwind here. Oh, I forget my time, I keep forgetting that. And you'll probably be used by now, you're probably looking at some sort of visual cue of when to turn in as well, outside of the window. You do get, doing this repeatedly, you do get some very good picture in your mind of certain points. You start turning in at different points and turning out as express. So. Okay, we'll take the turn in, so we go flaps 2. Speed checks flaps 2 and get the turn going. Get that bird down, aircraft balloons. Start a descent. Try a no glide down, yeah. No engine glide downwind. Under doing a PA28, luckily not part of base training, and an A320. Make gear down. Flaps 3, speed checks, flaps 3. Very close to lowest selectable speed point. Another interesting one. Check. Yeah, we wouldn't be descending into this in the real world, but hey, as we can in the simulator. Flaps full, speed checks, flaps full. We'll do it. Have a go. No real. We've got a VOR distance, but 3 miles out. Gauge a bit of altitude from, but not aligned to the threshold. So I go around altitude sets. Cabin secure for landing, ECAM memo landing, no blue. Need jet list complete. Wind variable at 5 knots. Okay. Got some pappy lights, I think. Oh, way off. I'm looking at the wrong lights. I was looking at a reflecting building. There we go. That's why we don't do this.
100 above.
Here we can recover this one.
Minimum.
Simply becoming gusting 25. That's wasn't in my forecast, but hey. Let's go a little bit low in profile. I was just to test out the we were talking Happies earlier.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Slam it a little bit there. To try and make them with my nose up. Hold the nose up, hold the nose up. Right, very light. Bang, flaps 2. And toga. And toga SOS, go around track. Auto thrust blue. E1. And rotate. Positive climb, gear up. 15 degrees. That's 1. Lever climb, thrust climb. Auto thrusts. Back FPI, flight directors. Nose down, left turn in. We'll make the next one a full stop landing. A little bit high there. Yeah, I think I'm going round and go around track. I've got it set up at the moment. Goes down a bit. Warehouses. Annoying them for a little while down there. Essentially, we are going around. You can go around from a touchdown, bulk landing. So right, we'll make this one a full stop. Zero 3 2 in the mini FCU, so we'll get auto brakes low on for this one. I just need to remember to yeah, I basically turned everything off, report and final, so won't show. We're literally flying visual. So, yeah. Go around track, I think will be the runway heading from there anyway. Straight out. Oh, there's my timer again. There's the learning from this one, so we're way past the threshold. No problem, report on final. Ask away. A normal live stream, I'll be a bit better at answering questions, but trying not to crash the plane on the circuits. I guess a little bit more to do on the flying around in the circuits. But yeah, it's great to do. So do have a play with this. Ideally in better weather conditions where you can actually see where you're going. Okay, flaps 2. Speed checks flaps 2. And let's get the left turn in. Nosing down. Oh. We'll try. I want to make this a full stop landing, so get down. Don't like that speed trend. Okay, flaps 3. Speed checks flaps 3. We wouldn't be that close, we wouldn't have, you know, the engine would react a little bit faster than that in the real world, so flying the visual circuit, look at that. Check. Flaps full, speed checks flaps full. Alright, so I'm looking for a light of hope out there somewhere. So yeah, judging by the VOR, probably a little bit low. Climbing. Let's get the bird on the horizon or below. Yeah, so we wouldn't be doing this in the real world, but it just shows considerations we need to take into account. Right, just got the runway. We're to the right, to the left of the runway, but we're on profile. Okay, landing checklists. Go around altitude set. Cabin is secure. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Oh, sorry, I was adjusting my. Going high now. Adjusting my view there just to line it up. Orientations. Well, a nice wet runway. Nice long 11,000 metre runway though. 1,000 foot runway. Get down.
500.
Like another shower coming in. So yeah, we'll be calling it a day here anyway, I think, with these showers. Let's get down a bit. Give you the weather forecast in a bit more detail next time. But I did look at the tempo. It wasn't showing me anything to worry about, certainly.
40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Reverse. Spoilers. Decel. 70 knots. You're braking. And we'll bring it to a stop on the runway. Braking pretty awful. Braking performance. Not want to stop. I hope you found that in some way useful. These are obviously not the best conditions for a visual circuit at all. But yeah, I think it's great to have a play with. Please have a go with it. Get familiar with flying the bird. So you're using your track FPA mode here. as I mentioned, the tail, when the tail of the green bird there is touching the horizon, so the aircraft's below, that generally gives you the 3-degree glide. Wings level, that is level flight. So just try and coordinate that around. It's good to learn to fly like that. It's just get used to your own settings. Everyone's settings are very different in the sim, and it's important that when you're flying the simulator line out there for what might be your virtual airlines and so forth, you could be thrown in any time to do a visual approach and so forth. So it's a good skill to have. Gets you to know the behaviour of the aircraft really well. So have a play. Any questions on that, drop me a message and I'll do my best to answer it. But thanks for joining me for a bit of Wednesday afternoon fun. Hopefully get another live stream in soon, and there's more videos on the way in terms of tutorials. So thanks very much for those joining me in chats. Have a good afternoon. Take care all. Bye for now.